So we've gone through, a handful of the East Valley cities, didn't touch Queen Creek. It's a little bit further south. Queen Creek is another one. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But on the count of three, I just want to see if we can do this. Out of the cities that we talked about, what city has the most bang for your buck? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey y'all, Katie here with Team EvoAZ. Thank you so much for following us and listening to our podcast. Here is season 3, and we are super excited for this season. As you know, we are based in the Phoenix, Arizona area, servicing buyers and sellers throughout the valley. But what you might not have known is we are expanding nationwide. So if you know of anyone that might be looking to get into the real estate business or needs to buy or sell a property, but it is not in Arizona, we can still help. Please feel free to message us and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, it's Katie and
Matt.
We are that real estate married couple talking a lot about real estate and a little bit about life in the Phoenix area.
Or vice versa.
A little bit about life and a lot about real estate. No, I didn't vice versa it. Haha, tricked you there. We are here again with our absolute superstar, rock star buyer's agent, Alex DeRuger. We have not had him on the show in a couple of weeks. Welcome, Alex.
Welcome,
What's
Alex.
up, everybody?
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's about time.
Right. I know. We love having Alex on for all sorts of reasons, but the biggest reason is because he works a lot with our buyers. This boy is out day in and day out.
Yes. Night in, night out.
Yes, going through homes and working with our buyers. So I really feel like you're kind of on the leading edge. Like you're right there. You probably from the top of your head have a vast amount of information to help your buyers along. Just because you're doing it every day, just because you're looking at these houses day in and day out, just because you're dealing with buyers and their situations on a regular. So I wanted to talk a little bit, mainly focus on the East Valley today, but I wanted to talk a little bit about pricing. What basically we know that the $400,000 price point is a fairly popular price point, right? When we look at the showings for the East Valley, we're looking, between 300 and 500 is where the majority of our showings are happening. And that's probably because that's where the majority of our price points are falling. Yep. In terms of inventory, right? But can we dig into that a little bit? Because obviously Scottsdale is going to be a little bit different in terms of pricing from Chandler. Gilbert's going to be a little bit different in terms of pricing from Mesa. So as our buyers are kind of comparing these cities to each other and figuring out where they really want to be in terms of their budget and the things, that they're looking for, I feel like it's really important information to compare all of that.
Absolutely, I agree. When every single, especially out of state clients, when they're coming from different states, they don't really know, the towns really well.
Right.
And each area you're going to get, like for Scottsdale, for instance, the further you go south, the lower the price, the higher you go north, the higher the price. Right. Not a lot of people know that. If they're moving from out of state, Mesa is kind of like, it has its like little pockets where they're expensive in the Northeast, and then there's certain more affordable, more central. So, I think talking about pricing is a very important subject, just to let people to know what they're getting into when they're searching for a certain criteria in different cities.
So if I'm your buyer and my price point or my budget is, about at the 400,000 mark, and I come to you and I'm from out of town, or I'm not real familiar with the area, and it kind of doesn't matter. I could live in Scottsdale, I could live in Mesa, I can live in Chandler. What kinds of conversations would you be having with me to help me narrow that down?
Well, I think the best thing to do is definitely get a feel for what they're looking for in community. Which is, how close they want to be to certain shopping and all of that, and the type of home they want to get as well. Okay. Obviously, going based off a pre-qual letter or pre-qualification letter, a loan approval letter to see what they can purchase is always great. But seeing what type of home they want and the type of community they want is a great start as well. then you can kind of mix and match and tell them about different cities and the affordability of each city to go on from there. Especially with out-of-state clients, it depends on what they can afford. I really like to show them each one of those cities because they can get a different feel for each one, what that community looks like, the proximity to different shopping, the pricing of those neighborhoods, all of that. So I really like to kind of get a feel in that sort of way.
Yeah, and that's extremely important because, you know, especially when we're moving in such a high-paced market, and I'm sure you're seeing this with your buyers, there's just so many decisions to make quickly. And, you know, the last thing that we want any buyer to do, especially an out-of-state buyer, is kind of second guess that decision, what we call buyer's remorse. So if you're not doing your research and kind of putting your toe in each of these markets and feeling what the communities offer, feeling proximity, travel, all that stuff that you need, and you just jump right in based on your initial feeling of something, you might find yourself kind of going, oh shit, maybe I should have looked at a different place, or second guessing your decisions. And that's that. And I think a lot of people end up doing that. A lot of, especially inexperienced agents, they don't really guide and challenge what their buyers want. They kind of just are yes men or women and say, okay, yeah, this is where you need to be. Where I know you, and especially me and Kate, everyone on the team, is we really push to say, hey, let's challenge that. If you're not familiar with this area, let's go drive around Gilbert and Chandler. Let's go drive around Tempe and, you know, in these various areas, so you can really see these things before you decide what area you want to focus on.
Yeah, I think that's giant. And I know that you really educate your buyers quite a bit. So I know the answers to these questions, but our audience doesn't. If say, again, I'm new, I'm from out of town, I'm your new buyer. Hi. If you were to describe the East Valley cities to me briefly, beginning with Scottsdale, how would you describe each city?
Well, Scottsdale's got a different vibe from when you're going from, you know, south to north, I guess you could say.
Right.
When you're talking about South Scottsdale and the Old Town area, you're gonna have a younger community there. You're gonna have more of, you know, maybe a bachelor type community there, or maybe just a couple or a couple with one child there. That's what you kind of see in that area. There are gonna be more dining in those areas, more high-end restaurant, more shopping because you're right next to the fashion center, and you're a couple minutes away from Arcadia as well. So I feel like Scottsdale is all about nightlife, entertaining, and shopping. That's how I subscribe it as far as South Scottsdale and Old Town. The more you get north, so let's start going a little bit north, you're inching towards McCormick Ranch area, and then you're getting closer to Chaparral, Indian Bend, McCormick Ranch, and all of that, Via Linda, all of those. That you're going to start getting more of familial. The prices are going to start jumping up because you're getting close to Lincoln and Paradise Valley. They're right over there. You're getting the Ritz-Carlton that's getting built. You're getting all the high-end hotels that are all around that way. And then you're also getting larger, newer builds from, McCormick Ranch homes were built in the 60s, 70s, but you're also getting 90s built homes. They're a little bit bigger. They're more built for family. You're getting a better school rating in those areas, and all of that. And then you're going to start getting to Central Scottsdale, where you guys have a property, right off Shea, and then 85254. Where they say is the magic zip code because you have the Paradise Valley school districts right there. And then your pricing gets higher and higher, and the houses also get bigger as well. And then north of that, north of the 101, you start getting to that natural desert environment where you got Troon and you got the big custom homes.
DC
beautiful
Ranch.
homes.
People that are more
Ranch.
into equestrian, you know, I mean, you're going to start getting up into that area.
Yep. And then, and right there, they're not too far from you're more closer to shopping in Central Scottsdale because you got the Kierland area, but north of the 101, you got more of that, desert vibe to it, the more custom homes. They're a little bit further out. They like to be a little bit secluded. You got a lot of golf courses up there too. Yeah. So that's how I'd kind of describe Scottsdale. Did I do
I did
great. Do you need a job? Would you like to be on the team? Because I think you did fantastic.
My buyer's agent.
So me, little buyer, I'm approved to 400,000 and I want to shop in Scottsdale. Am I going to be able to do that, Alex?
It's going to be very rough. Right now, if you do a basic search for a single family home with active homes and coming soon, active meaning they're on the market, there's 0 single family homes, 3-bed, 2-bath available in Scottsdale. All of Scottsdale. Scottsdale's huge. Scottsdale. So if you're going to be looking under 400,000 in Scottsdale, you're going to be looking for a townhouse or a condo. Typically a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but that's still a good price range if you want to get like really close to Old Town or even a really nice area in central Scottsdale and the good zip codes. And those are great starter properties if you're definitely like a first-time home buyer, or if you're moving newly from a different state. Those are great because though the amount of equity people get in those properties because they're so popular, they're closer to shopping and entertaining. Those are great properties, even if you still have to. I'm not saying conform, but even if you still have to shop for a townhouse or a condo,
right?
So.
I like that advice because if you're like us and you purchase properties to put in your portfolio, your investment portfolio, later on in life, those are great too. Those are really great rentals.
And especially if you're that out-of-state person that might be a little unsure of how long you're going to spend in Arizona. You could have that job that might make you travel. There could be those other things. So when you end up having that condo or townhome type property, you're not as responsible for all of the maintenance that comes along with it. Your HOA is going to cover most of the time. You have a blanket roof insurance policy. The grounds are covered. You're not having to worry about all these little extra things. It's more of a lock and leave type lifestyle. And I think that's really appealing, especially to our generation, people that are saying, okay, you know what, I'm in my mid 30s and it's time to buckle down and get some ownership here, but I'm not sure where I'm going to be at the next couple of years. This is perfect because you're going to be able to rent it out, and it could turn into just a really good investment.
He thinks he's in his mid 30s.
I said that to Alex, and I like to live young. The older I get, the cooler I was.
Yep, exactly.
I agree 100%.
So let's move a little further south into the East Valley. Same thing. I'm a buyer, 400,000. We can get into what's available after you describe Tempe to me. How would you describe Tempe?
So Tempe, you got, I guess you could say 3 parts kind of as well. So you got right into downtown Tempe by Mill Avenue, right by ASU campus. Obviously, you're going to get a younger crowd there. You're going to get a lot of apartments, a lot of condos right in that area, and I'm talking more so apartments because they're stuffing as many people as they can in downtown Tempe right now. But Tempe, it's funny what you're seeing right now is you're actually seeing less ASU students in and around campus because rents are kind of getting really expensive there because real estate in Tempe is really expensive as well. So I'm not gonna lie, you're not getting as many ASU students as typical around campus because it's getting pretty dang expensive unless that ASU parent has bought them a house and let their kids in there.
And that happens.
And that happens, but typically around campus, you're still going to get a lot of single family homes, 3-bed, 2-bath, and doing like a quick search right now in Tempe. Let's see what you can get for under 400.
And Tempe's interesting. Tempe's, they have historic homes. They have homes that were built in the early 1900s, especially around ASU.
Yeah.
So you're going to have that pocket. A lot of these homes have larger lots, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But you'd be shocked on the price, especially when you're within proximity of ASU. But that extends, and you get into a lot of the 70s built homes that are going to be a little bit more spacious. 2 to 3 miles from campus, and then it just kind of goes out. What did you
Yeah.
find?
So under 400,000, you have 10 homes available in Tempe.
In the entire city.
Yeah, in the entire city, and Tempe's pretty large too. So and go to what I'm saying. You're most likely going to be on those outskirts to afford Tempe under 400,000.
Yeah.
You're going to be closer to Baseline and Hardy.
Yeah.
Which there's a couple of available homes there. Or you're going to be closer to University in the 101, Apache in the 101, as you're getting closer to Mesa, or even crossing Mesa near that canal right there. So that's where you're going to get more affordable properties in Tempe. When you start to get more inner Tempe, it's going to get a lot more expensive. And just like you said, you're going to get a lot more 50s and 60s ranch style houses. Larger lots, which are very cool, typical 3-bed, 2-bath ranch style homes, anywhere from 1,600 or even 1,300 to 2,200 square feet. In and around Mill Avenue, you have that cool historic district right there, where you got these huge lots. You got some cool homes with guest houses right over there. Right under that, you have Hudson Manor, where they have the big lot homes, mid-century style, so cool.
Those are cool.
Those are going 700, 800s.
Yeah.
And then once you get sorry about that, guys. Once you get south of the 60, and more southeast of the 60, you're gonna start to get newer style properties. Once you get to that Tempe Chandler border, more 90s homes, larger houses, and you also, I believe, do you share some of Kyrene School District as you?
Yes.
Yes, in Tempe. So you're gonna share in Tempe Chandler border. You're gonna share some of Chandler's school district right there. So you see a lot more families around that way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of.
Which is that area of Tempe is extremely popular just because of its proximity to Intel,
Yep.
a lot of these other areas. So you're like in this hot spot between kind of ASU, Intel, this whole kind of southeastern feeling of the valley.
Mm-hmm.
Proximity's close. You're still 15 minutes from the airport.
From everything.
I
think you can get anywhere in 15 minutes pretty much.
Yeah. The ease of getting to the 10, the 60, or the 101 in Tempe is it's just very simple. I will tell you what, the closer you're going to get to ASU, the more traffic you're going to get, because they just keep on getting more and more kids inside that school. And it's just getting, around University of Apache, it's getting a little busy.
Yeah, totally true. So same question with Chandler.
Okay.
Gilbert, Chandler. Yeah. If you're doing.
Well, Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler. Yeah.
Go to Gilbert.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Chandler's got like an interesting, different, like way of how it's formed. You got South Chandler, where it's right just south of that Tempe border. Really, really lovely area. You got Warner Ranch there. You got nicer shopping. That is honestly considered now like older part of Chandler. Those homes were built in the 90s, some late 80s. Really nice areas there. You got great shopping there. You got Chandler Fashion. You got the mall right off of Chandler Boulevard in the 101. You got Warner Ranch that's within R.E.A.L and Kyrene, and then that goes a block across. Warner Ranch is also connected to Tempe as well. So there's a Tempe Warner Ranch and a Chandler Warner Ranch. That also borders Ahwatukee, so you get all the shopping from Ahwatukee right off the 10 and R.E.A.L, which is really nice. But as far as homes under 400,000 there, I haven't seen a home under 400,000 there in so long. There's a little pocket right next to Chandler Fashion, just north of it, older homes. I'm talking probably 70s.
Yeah.
That's the only pocket I may be able to get homes under 400,000.
Yep, you're right. And not too far from downtown Chandler too, kind of south, like around the Chandler Boulevard and R.E.A.L. There's a couple, but you're right. They're older. They're
difficult.
single level ranch style, smaller. But downtown Chandler's actually gotten pretty cool in the last couple of years.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you drive through there, it's gone through the same transformation that downtown Gilbert has done.
Right.
They've put a lot of new bars and restaurants down there. It's super cool. Now, if you're looking for a home in Chandler under 400,000, that's where you're going to get the luck, like you said, near downtown Chandler, east of the 101.
Mhm.
Sometimes you can find pockets with smaller homes there, and where you can get some success in finding homes over there. But downtown Chandler homes are very similar to Tempe homes in some sort of way, because you got the typical ranch style, 3-bed, 2-bath, some with carports, some with single car garages, a little bit bigger lots and stuff like that. But sometimes you can find gems around there.
Yeah, and they're going to be a little bit newer. Chandler is going to be like that same kind of size that you'd see in Tempe. Chandler, you're going to have probably about 5 to 10 years newer. You're not going to be worrying as much about drain sewer lines and all this stuff that's very typical in Tempe. And beware, if anyone's looking in Tempe and saying, hey, I found this really good deal, be very careful.
Oh yes, we've been through that.
Be very careful. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's so true. There are a few historic properties still, a couple of around downtown Chandler. So those are obviously going to be, earlier 1900 builds. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you guys. And it's crazy how big it is, because South Chandler goes clear down to Riggs.
Yeah, and then you start talking about south of the 202, the Ocotillo area, Riggs.
Beautiful there. All the lakes.
Yeah, and then that's when your prices just shoot up. You probably can't find anything under 500,000 in those areas.
No.
Oh no.
When I even see.
I totally agree.
And that area is also really big that's where a lot of the East Valley retirement is. It's all along that, Sun Lakes.
Yep.
And it's all along that almost the far south reach of Chandler is all 55 plus. But we're talking expensive 55 plus. There's a few pockets of smaller, maybe module style homes, but then you're talking about some really nice homes.
Really nice stuff.
Sun Lakes is beautiful. Yeah.
It is. And surprisingly close to the 10, which a lot of people don't think about. It's actually pretty convenient to hop on the 10. And you're right in Phoenix. It's really not that far.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not hard at all to get to Sun Lakes. It's very easy. Yeah, you just hop on the 10, you take it straight down to Riggs, and then you're there. So.
That's it. Yeah. Did you get anything under 500?
Yeah, so you got 2 homes just outside Ocotillo that are available, 440 and 475.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get closer, we just sold a home in this Cooper Commons, Sun Groves, Riggs and Val Vista, Riggs and Gilbert. You actually have those smaller, what's it called? Smaller lot, 3,000 square foot lot. But they put the what's it called? 2-story homes.
2 stories or 3.
Nice. Yeah. Those starter homes over there, you can actually find those for under 500,000. Those are nice starter homes right there. But yeah, Sun Groves and Cooper Commons are going to be the two typical neighborhoods where you can find them, actually even around the 4s. But other than that, outside of that, when you're talking about Ocotillo, and all of those areas, it's going to be very hard. And then you got a lot of custom home neighborhoods over there too.
Yeah, a bunch of gated, all kinds of fun stuff. There's, some lakes in that Ocotillo area, beautiful homes on those lakes. I mean, it's so cool. All right, same question, Gilbert.
Yeah. Gilbert, you're gonna get a lot of newer homes in Gilbert. It depends on where you're going, I guess you could say. Now, so when you're getting closer to central Gilbert, to the downtown area, you're going to see a lot more 80s, 90s built homes. And then you have this little pocket where you got a couple of 60s built ranch style homes, which are absolutely
historic
gorgeous
there too.
Yeah, there's some historic there. Those are going through a whole turnaround, which is really cool. I like how people are kind of putting an emphasis on there because they're so rare in Gilbert. And then you have probably another area where you have some starter homes that you may be able to find in Gilbert is the Islands area. You got one subdivision of the Islands. You have this really small lot area where you can find some good starter homes there. Closer you get, like you got like Val Vista Lakes area and all that. Those homes are all built in the 90s. Sometimes you can find homes closer to 400s. And then as you start getting southeast, south of the 202 or closer to the 202, southeast of the 202, you start getting to, oh my gosh, Lionsgate, what's the one? Agritopia, those newer properties, all built in the 2000s, 2010s, some zero lot line homes. There is a big popularity for those homes right now. And those homes have shot up in prices. Those you can't find those south of 400s now. Those are all going north of 400. Nice starter homes, nice ones over there. And then great location right off the 202. You can get to Queen Creek very easily. You can get to Chandler very easily. But those have shot up in prices. But right now, I mean, if you combine Chandler and Gilbert, I think there's only 3 homes right now active and coming soon in Gilbert for under 400,000.
It's crazy. And Gilbert goes again clear down to Riggs also.
Yep.
Yeah, south to Riggs.
Yeah.
All the way up to Queen Creek, and that whole area up there is actually now luxury.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're literally they're pulling some big prices up there, brand new custom homes, and a lot of people are going that way, especially out of staters that are like, hey, we like the location, we like the newer build. You know, we might not want to deal with the Scottsdale hustle and bustle, and it's perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, Chandler Heights and Riggs are great for building custom homes or buying big lots. You're getting acreage properties over there. You're getting, I mean, as Katie knows, you're getting some of those custom gated communities over there, which are absolutely just drop dead gorgeous. I mean, once you drive through them, you're just like in awe. Mm-hmm. And then you're getting some newer build luxury homes over there, million plus, all of that. They're breathtaking.
Yeah, totally. So last, but of course not least, let's talk about Mesa. Now, Mesa, I think land area wise is probably the largest of the cities that we've discussed today.
Next to Scottsdale, possibly. Yeah.
You think so? I think Mesa might have it. I have to look that up, but Mesa's enormous. You know, I mean, well, I'll let you explain.
Population, it is. It's the second biggest city, and it's isn't it
huge?
More population, or it's third? It's Phoenix, Tucson, Mesa.
Yeah, Mesa's. Last time I looked, I want to say it was about 500,000. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't remember what the population is. I haven't looked it up in a while, but it is huge. As we're gonna actually get into it right now.
Tell us how huge it is, Alex.
There's so many different areas. I guess I'm gonna go like south to up. I don't know, south to north. But I like to start at Dobson Ranch. Dobson Ranch is a beautiful area just south of the 60. It borders Chandler and Tempe, Chandler on the south and Tempe on the west. Very cool area, very beautiful area. You got a Dobson Ranch itself is a golf community, a very low HOA, very well maintained, beautiful homes. You only have 3 homes under 400,000 in Dobson Ranch currently, which absolutely amazes me. As you get north, it kind of drops down in quality and pricing, I guess you could say. You're getting closer to what was that? Where the Fiesta Mall was, right?
Fiesta District,
and the Fiesta District was. Now it's Banner, and now what's it called? What else is there? MCC's over there and stuff, and those like that. Older homes there. You're gonna get more 40s, 50s, 50s, 60s built ranch style houses over there. As you get more north, you're gonna hit Main Street, and then north of that, you're gonna hit Mesa Riverview, which Mesa Riverview is an area that's starting to get a total change over there. Lots more. You're getting still more 50s, 60s ranch style properties. Pricing starts to go up over there. Mesa Riverview right now only has 4 homes under 400,000 over there.
And they have a couple of little interesting pockets of newer stuff, like gated communities that are a little bit newer, more on those smaller lots, you know, the 2 and 3 stories. if you get around that ball field's pretty popular.
Very popular. Yeah. And they got great shopping there, great restaurants there.
Tempe Marketplace isn't far at all.
No.
Yeah. Tempe Marketplace isn't far. Honestly, that is actually a very good point. That's a very good location too, because you're right next to the 202 and the 101.
Yep.
So traveling from there is
You can get anywhere.
You can get downtown Sky Harbor easily. You can get all the way up to North Scottsdale easily. That's a great location. Going from, but a good point that you made right there. The cool thing about Mesa is you got these random in the middle of like all the like older pockets. You got random newer pockets in there, just because of some just random land grabs that builders built newer homes there, which is very cool. And I really like that about Mesa. Now going east of Country Club, now let's say you're south of Brown. That's all going to be downtown Mesa area, south of Brown, going all the way to Broadway. So you're going to be from Country Club to, let's say, like what, Mesa Drive?
Yeah.
So that's going to be all your downtown historic district homes. Those homes are going to be built anywhere from 1900 to 1950s. You got some pockets of 1960s homes there. Those are starting to shoot up in price as well.
Yeah.
Very popular homes. They're rare to come up on the market. Very cute neighborhoods, irrigated lots there. You can find some really special ones that are even hitting close to $1 million. Now, if you're in West 2nd Street, that's going to be the most expensive one. Those are going to be hitting over $1 million. Evergreen after that. And those are really nice communities. I really like those. And you're in the heart of downtown Mesa, so you're right next to the shopping on Main Street, which is really cool.
Rail,
right next to the light rail
into Phoenix, and the new ASU campus that's about to be going live.
Yep.
So
the arts district there.
Yeah, it's grown so much.
Yeah. And just north of Brown is like one of my favorite areas. I really like it over there. I think it's got a lot of character. By like like let's say like yeah. Well, Grove's a little bit more east of that. Yeah, a little bit further east of that. So that's when you start getting closer to the Groves. That's when you start getting it a little bit less affordable, I guess you could say. Those homes are going to be well over 400,000 when you start getting close to like Lindsay or Val Vista and that area. But even between Stapley and Gilbert Road, going a little bit west, Stapley and Gilbert Road, you're actually going to find a lot more affordable homes under 400,000 over there, which is nice. But yeah, going more east to the Groves gets more expensive. Then you got the area near Falcon Field, the airport over there. You actually find a little bit of newer homes there mixed in with the ranch style homes. You can still find homes under 400,000 over there. And then you get a little bit more east, and then you start getting closer to Apache Junction. That it gets a little bit more affordable again as you get more east over there. You can find homes under 400,000 over there. But then you shoot up north, you get closer to the north, the Red Mountain area, Las Sendas, Red Mountain area, and then that's another area that's going to be more luxury style, higher end shopping, higher end dining over there. It's going to be close to impossible now to find homes under 400,000 over there.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then just if you shoot straight south of there, that area has blown up over the last couple of years, and there's even more blowing up to be done that's in the works, right?
Yeah, and you got it all tied together. You know what I mean? That whole eastern area, Eastmark going into Queen Creek, all of this area, that's where a lot of development's happening. That's where a lot of big companies are coming in. That's where a lot of people are setting up life. And as you start getting easier access and freeways and development, they're just becoming, way more, we'll say sparkly to new buyers. And it makes sense. You can get a lot of home in these areas. And I do think there's a lot of really good speculation for future appreciation.
Yeah. And all those homes are built from 2014 on. So those are all just new homes right there in Eastmark. Big tech hub over there. Lots of new companies building warehouses and different businesses over there. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is. And huge. I mean, Mesa is just so massive. So, all right, guys. So we've gone through, a handful of the East Valley cities, didn't touch Queen Creek. It's
Tell
a
me
little
another
bit
one.
further south.
Yeah.
Queen Creek is another one. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But on the count of three, I just want to see if we can do this. Out of the cities that we talked about, what city has the most bang for your buck? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Chandler.
Mesa. What? You really believe that?
I kind of do. Well,
Tell us why.
Well, I like Mesa. I think Mesa is very affordable. Okay. I do think so. The thing that I like about Chandler is its location, and it's kind of being pinched in that area between a lot of the up and coming desirable area of Mesa, the up and coming desirable area of Gilbert, the up and coming desirable area of Tempe.
That's true.
The homes themselves are very well constructed. You can buy their older homes are built in the 1970s, so you're not dealing with bad sewer lines, bad
Hopefully.
plumbing,
Yeah.
all that stuff. It's a lot more rare. So I do believe if you're moving into that house and you're saying, hey, I want to stay between 400 and 500, you're going to possibly get a little bit larger of a lot, probably a slump built brick home. So there's a lot of things that's just my feeling. But as far as like, I don't discount Mesa. I think Mesa is actually like, there's a lot of good things in Mesa, a lot of good things.
Mm-hmm. And as far as, when you pulled up under 400,000, what did you come up with for
In
Mesa?
Mesa, 76 homes.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay. And its closest runner up was what? Chandler with 4? Is that what it was? Do we remember?
No, Tempe was 10.
Oh, Tempe.
Yeah.
There we go.
Scottsdale was 0. Chandler and Gilbert combined under 400,000 was 12, I want to say.
Okay. So there's a far
And
more
you could
selection.
probably split that in half. I think it was like 6 and 6. So yeah.
Gotcha. So far more selection in Mesa if you are budget conscious.
Absolutely. And I think, going back to, if we were saying, hey, if I'm a first-time home buyer and I'm really thinking about the future, I know that this isn't going to be my last home. It could turn into an investment. One of my motivating factors here really isn't the emotion in the purchase, but more so capitalizing on the rate. Mesa wins.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do believe Mesa does have a huge speculation to it, locking in the homes that you're probably seeing in that price range are going to be a little bit smaller, older built, but what they're going to have is a little bit larger lot. So that really allows you to do some value add. So you might move into a 1,300 square foot home, but you have enough room to go ahead and throw 500 square feet on, or plus get that extra bedroom. And that's a huge investment. Turns into a great rental. So
absolutely. And you're probably going to find, obviously there are HOAs everywhere, but you're probably going to find homes more frequently that don't have an HOA, so that you have a little bit more flexibility with that too, because that's not something that we spoke about when we were talking about budget. When you're buying in Scottsdale and you're buying a condo or a townhome, you've got a pretty high HOA most likely, right? We didn't talk about that. When you're buying in Chandler, especially the newer areas, Chandler, Gilbert, those newer areas, they're going to have HOAs there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously we know Eastmark has one too. So there are some in Mesa, but I think that if you're looking for that starter home with no HOA so that you can be as budget friendly as possible, Mesa's a really good city to look at.
yeah.
All righty then.
It was a lot of great information.
That really was. You're the best, Alex. I love being able to sort of do this off the cuff, picking your brain kind of thing. We didn't have a script for today, guys. Not that we usually have a script, but we put Alex on the spot a bit. And you passed the test. You get to remain on. You're good.
You'll invite me again?
Yes.
Seriously? Yeah.
Yes.
Forever.
Air hugs right now. Virtual hugs.
All right, guys, if you are interested in being a guest on this show, please follow us at Team EvoAZ, and that is our handle on Facebook. These guys run our Instagram, so I know we are on Instagram. We are also on YouTube, so definitely hit us up there. Shoot us a quick message if you want to get on the show. We would love to chat with you.
Or if you even just have any questions that you think that would be, a good topic or something that you'd like to learn about. We love that. So
that's true. And that's a great point. And that happens a lot. So we do get a lot of messages. So thank you everybody out there that follows these shows. I know that we have you out there because we actually get questions about the things that we talk about on the show. So anything real estate, we are here for you. Even if it's something that, you know, is out of state, if you need help out of state, we can do that. We have teams popping up all over the country. And while you're at it, please subscribe, download, and rate us on your most favorite podcast platform, probably the one that you're listening to us on right now, because that helps us get the real info out to the real people.
Real time.
Real time. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Alex.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good
Bye.
weekend.
Bye.